Hello, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something that touches practically everyone's life, the mistakes we make in relationships. Whether it's with your partner, parents, friends, or even co-workers, all of us have made this mistake at least once. And the worst part? It's the main cause of frustration, arguments, and suffering in our connections. If you want to learn what this mistake is and how to fix it using the Stoic wisdom of Epictetus, don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn on notifications. This video might transform the way you deal with others and with yourself. Shall we get started? So what is this big mistake we make in relationships? It's simple but deeply harmful. Expecting others to behave exactly as we wish. We project our own standards, expectations, and values onto the people around us. And when they don't meet those expectations, we get frustrated, hurt, and even resentful. For example, imagine expecting your partner to understand your needs without you having to explain them, or expecting your friend to always be available whenever you need to talk. When these expectations aren't met, we start creating negative narratives about the other person. He doesn't value me. She only thinks about herself. But here's the truth. People are not obligated to act according to our desires. They have their own limitations, perspectives, and priorities. And if I told you there's a way to stop getting frustrated with others while also improving your relationships, that's where Stoicism comes in. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, taught that much of our suffering comes from trying to control what is beyond our reach. In the context of relationships, this means expecting others to act according to our desires. But here's the key point. You cannot control others. What you can control are your own actions, thoughts, and reactions. This concept is known as the dichotomy of control. In practical terms, it tells us to focus our energy on what we can influence, like our words, attitudes, and internal expectations, and accept what lies beyond that. For example, instead of getting frustrated because someone didn't reply to your message, quickly ask yourself, does this really depend on me? If the answer is no, then the frustration is unnecessary. Epictetus said, "There are no good or bad things, only our judgments about them." When we change the way we perceive the actions of others, we stop feeling like victims of circumstances. Now that we understand the concept of the dichotomy of control, how do we put it into practice in relationships? Here are 3 simple steps to start applying this Stoic wisdom in your daily life. Whenever you feel frustrated with someone, pause and observe your thoughts. Ask yourself, am I expecting something from them that's outside my control? By identifying these unrealistic expectations, you've already begun to ease the emotional weight they cause. Instead of labeling the other person's behavior as wrong or selfish, try to understand the context behind it. Perhaps that person is dealing with their own challenges or limitations. Empathy is a powerful tool for transforming conflicts into constructive dialogues. Often, our frustrations arise because we don't communicate our needs properly. If something is important to you, express it clearly and assertively without blaming or demanding. Remember, the goal is to promote understanding, not to win an argument. When we start applying these principles, the benefits are immediate and long-lasting. First, you'll experience a profound sense of inner peace. By stopping the energy drain of trying to change others, you create space to focus on what truly matters, your own choices and actions. When we stop imposing unrealistic expectations, the people around us feel freer to be who they truly are. This creates an environment of trust and vulnerability, where genuine connections can flourish. Without the pressure of trying to mold the other person, conflicts decrease dramatically. Arguments stop being power struggles and become constructive dialogues based on mutual respect. By taking responsibility for your own emotions and reactions, you develop skills like patience, empathy, and self-control, essential qualities for any healthy relationship. Another powerful aspect of Stoic philosophy is the practice of gratitude. Often we focus on what's lacking in the people around us instead of appreciating what they offer. By cultivating gratitude daily, we begin to see the positive qualities in others and strengthen our bonds. Try mentally listing one quality you admire in someone before starting a difficult conversation. No one is perfect, and that includes you, too. When we accept that everyone makes mistakes and has flaws, it becomes easier to handle frustrations in relationships. Acceptance doesn't mean tolerating harmful behaviors, but rather recognizing that no one will ever be exactly as you wish. Patience is an underrated virtue in modern relationships. Often we want immediate answers or instant changes. However, by adopting a patient attitude, we allow others to evolve at their own pace, creating an environment of mutual support. The practice of reflective silence is another powerful tool. Often, we respond impulsively during arguments, exacerbating conflicts. A classic Stoic exercise is pausing before reacting. Count to 10, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, will this response help or harm this moment? Sometimes silence is the most powerful response, allowing tensions to dissipate naturally. Additionally, silence creates space for truly listening, something we often neglect amidst disputes. Another crucial point is learning to differentiate intention from impact. Often we get offended by someone's behavior because we interpret their actions as personal. However, the negative impact often doesn't reflect the person's intention. By separating these two things, we can approach difficult situations with more calmness and objectivity. Ask the other person, what did you mean by that? This simple question can prevent misunderstandings and open doors to more productive dialogues. Finally, it's worth noting that relationships are not static. They constantly evolve. Trying to maintain a fixed or idealized dynamic can lead to frustration. Instead, embrace change as a natural part of growing together. This means being willing to adapt your expectations and find new ways to connect as both parties mature. Emotional flexibility is one of the keys to lasting and meaningful relationships. We've reached the end of this video, but I hope you've realized just how powerful the concept of the dichotomy of control is for transforming your relationships. When we stop trying to control others and focus on what we can control, we create space for more authentic, harmonious, and meaningful connections. If this video brought clarity for you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Also, share this video with someone who needs to hear these lessons today. Together we can build healthier relationships and live with more inner peace. Oh, and if you want to dive deeper into Stoicism, I recommend the book, The Handbook of Epictetus. It's a perfect introduction to Stoic philosophy and will help you apply these principles in your daily life. Link in the description.